Hello students. In this session we are going to discuss the chapter 13 of class 7 science, weather, climate and adaptation of animals. Students, weather influence our lives in different ways. During summer we switch on fans to keep ourselves cool and we use light colored clothes in order to reflect the heat. And during winter we use dark colored clothes and wrap ourselves in warm clothes to protect us from cold environment. Similarly, during rainy season we use umbrella or raincoat as it may rain anytime. The weather of a place changes day after day and week after week. It is a complex phenomenon that may vary over very short period of time like hour to hour. Therefore, our daily activities are planned according to the weather predicted for a particular day. The daily report of weather is provided on television, radio and even in newspaper. So, weather may be defined as the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to the temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. Weather changes almost every day. It may even change during the course of the day. It may rain for an hour in the morning and then become sunny and clear right after that. Meteorological department of the government collects data on temperature, humidity, wind, etc. and makes the weather prediction. And meteorology is the interdisciplinary scientific study of the atmosphere, and a meteorologist is a person who studies the weather. Weather experts or weather scientists, they use computer technology and data from earth station and satellite to predict the weather. And temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind speed and other factors are called the elements of weather, which are described here. Temperature, the weather is mainly affected by the sun that produces heat and raises the temperature, and sun provides light as well as heat on the earth. It is necessary for the production of energy. And the heat from the sun is absorbed by the earth's surface, ocean and atmosphere, which plays an important role in determining the weather of any place. And the maximum temperature of the day, it occurs at noon time, while the minimum temperature occurs at early morning, and it can be measured with the help of or it can be recorded with the help of maximum and minimum thermometer. Humidity, it is defined as the amount of water vapors in air which cause dampness of air, and air has ability to hold certain amount of water vapor. So the capacity of air to hold water increases with rise in temperature and falls if heavy rainfall occurs. So humidity is measured by an instrument called hygrometer, which consists of two thermometers, and the bulb of one thermometer is wet and the other is dry. Cloudiness, most clouds, they are produced due to the condensation, and when a temperature get reduced, excess water vapor in air, they condenses into liquid droplets or ice crystals to form cloud or fog. And the amount of water droplets that fall back on the earth after condensation of water vapor, it is called precipitation or rainfall. Moving air is called wind, we know that, and it is caused, wind speed is caused due to the difference in air pressure. During summer the wind blows from Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal and it causes rain in India, while during winter it blows from mountain to North India towards northern plain, and it causes cold weather, that we call winter season. Atmospheric pressure, it is the pressure, or atmosphere pressure is the force due to the weight of the air, on a given surface divided by the area of that surface. Falling pressure usually indicates an approaching storm, and rising pressure usually indicates the clear sky. Climate, students, the scientist called meteorologist, they record the weather at various places every day. The record of weather have been preserved for the past several decades. These records help the meteorologist to determine the weather pattern at a place. So the average weather pattern at a place taken over a long period of time, you can say that 25 to 30 years or more, is called the climate of that place. For example, the temperature of the Himalayan region is very low most of the time, and that's why we can say the climate of Himalayan region is very cold. The temperature in the Thar desert is high most of the time. That's why we can say that the climate in Thar desert is very hot. And in some part of Meghalaya, the average annual rainfall is 260 centimeter and above. It rains almost every day, and we say the climate of Meghalaya is hot and humid. In Rajasthan, the annual rainfall is 15 is 10 to 12 centimeter in year. So we say Jaisalmer has hot and dry climate. So weather describes short-term atmospheric condition of a place, whereas climate describe the long-term average weather condition of a particular geographical region. Weather at a place changes suddenly and is applicable to a smaller area, maybe a city or a small group of cities, while climate change take place very slowly over a long period of time and are applicable to a much larger area, maybe a state or a region. So, on the basis of climate, India is divided into four zones. These are alpine zone, subtropical zone, tropical zone, and arid zone. The climate zone that experienced at higher altitude of Himalayas, they are in alpine zone, and in this zone we have snow throughout the year. And the zone the northern part of the India, it is very hot during the summers and it is very cold during winter. So this zone is subtropical zone, and most of the northern part of India occurs in this zone. Tropical zone, it can be further divided into tropical wet and tropical dry. And in tropical wet monsoon, the average temperature normally does not fall below 18 degrees Celsius, and it is accompanied by an average to high rainfall. In tropical dry monsoon, the rainfall is not so common. That is why it is called tropical dry. Arid zone, high temperature and low rainfall. These are the two main features of this climate zone, and the large part of Rajasthan included in this zone. This temperature, the temperature of this zone may shoot up as high as 50 degrees Celsius in summer. Days are very hot in this region and nights are very cold. Climate and adaptation. Climate has a great effect on all the living organisms, whether they are plants or animals. The living organism, they have certain favorable characteristics like body shape and structure, color, size, behavior or food habit suited to climate of that habitat. So the favorable characteristics or features and habits which enables the living organism to survive and breed in uh, in their surroundings is called adaptation. And these, in other words, we can say that adaptation is a trait of an organism that has been favored by natural selection. This adaptation is of two types: structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation. Structural adaptation, adaptation of special body parts of an organism that help them to survive in the natural habitat. For example, skin color, shape, body covering, they are the example of structural adaptation. Whereas behavioral adaptation is a adaptation in a special way in which a particular organism that help it to survive in its natural habitat, and it usually occurs in response to some external stimuli. For example, frog and bear, they undergoes hibernation during hard winter, or they or moving in a large group of animals. It protect them from the members, it protect them from the predators, and they will move in groups to protect themselves. So these are also behavioral adaptation. So let's discuss the adaptation, how animals are adapted in polar region by considering the example of polar bear and penguins. So first of all, let's discuss what are polar region. The area situated near the north and south pole of the earth, they are called polar region, and these polar region are very, they are covered with snow and it is very cold for most part of the year. For 6 months of the for 6 months the sun does not set at the poles, while for the other 6 months the sun does not rise. In winter, the temperature can be as low as minus 37 degrees Celsius. And animals such as polar bear, seal, penguins, many types of fishes, musk oxen, reindeer, foxes, birds, they are adapted to live in these severe cold conditions. So let's discuss the adaptations of polar bear. Polar bears have white fur. Polar bear they are perfectly adapted to live in the ice cold environment of the Arctic polar region, that is North Pole of the Earth, and they have the following adaptation. They have thick fur which camouflage it with the white snow, means it merge with the surrounding, and it can easily capture its prey. Body of polar bear is covered with dense fine fur that trap air to keep them warm. And polar bears have two thick layer of fur and a fat layer under it. So the hollow hair trap air and keep the body warm. Polar bear possesses wide and large paws having long, curved and sharp claws that provide better grip while moving on the snow. So they have to move slowly and rest often to avoid getting overheated. Polar bears goes for swimming to cool itself on warm days. Skin of polar bear under the fur is actually black in color that absorb the heat and keep it warm. Strong claws of polar bear help in digging the snow. And polar bear has a strong sense of smell to locate its enemy and its prey. It has a thick layer of fat called blubber under the skin that keeps the body warm in extremely cold climate. And this fat layer also provides nutrition when food becomes scarce in severe cold climatic condition. They have short ears and tail that prevent loss of body heat. They have their paws are wide and large, which help them not only in swimming but also in walking with ease on snow. And they are excellent swimmer. While swimming underwater, they close their nostril and can remain underwater for a long duration. So they can survive easily in a such a severe climatic condition. Penguins. Penguins are flightless bird. They can't fly, and they live in the Antarctic region, South polar region of the Earth. They are flightless bird, and penguins do not have predators in the icy remote region where they live. They eat fish, so they have become very good swimmers. Since they need not fly to look for food, they have lost their ability to fly. And penguins can live in extremely cold climate of the polar region due to the following adaptation. They have, first of all, they are white in color, and they are white and black in color. Their back is generally black and their front portion is generally white. So the white color merges well with the white surrounding of the ice and snow, and the black colored feathers on the penguin's back, they absorb heat from the sun and keep to keep them warm during the day. They have thick skin. Their skin is very thick and a layer of fat called blubber below their skin which keep them warm in extreme cold condition. They have blubber that act as an insulator, you can say. They huddle in groups. You can see that there is a group of penguins and they huddle together in groups to keep themselves warm, and each group may comprise several thousands of penguins. They are also excellent swimmer. They have streamlined body, flipper like or webbed feet, and flipper like wings. Their wings are flipper like wings. So they can swim very easily. These are the features that enables the penguins to survive in such a hard and cold conditions. Now let's discuss about the tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest are the area which lie close to the equator. They are the tropical region, and they extend between 10 degree north and 10 degree north to 10 degree south. And the tropical region have hot and humid climate with abundant rainfall throughout the year. So they have sunlight for at least 12 hours. That is, day and nights are almost equal in length throughout the year. The major types of animal living in the rainforest are monkey, apes, gorillas, tiger, elephant, leopard, lizard, snake, birds and insects. We will discuss the adaptive features of these animals in our next video. So pause the video and frame the answer of the home assignments. Thank you.